So in March I completed Rome Marathon in 4 hours and 38 minutes, and not even 2 months later I finished Prague Marathon in 3 hours and 42 minutes, so almost an hour faster. And here are a few things that helped me achieve that. First and foremost, I exchanged my old shitty running shoes for the new ones. I've been running in the same old shoes for the past 4 years, and let's face it, that's probably a little too long when it comes to the lifespan of running shoes. After getting the new ones, I immediately felt more comfortable. The shoes provided much better support, and as a result of that, they took off some load from my knees and feet. On top of that, the sheer mental aspect of getting new shoes was very motivating and encouraged me to start training more and more. So that's the tip number one. If your running shoes are a little worn off, just exchange them for the new ones. It makes a hell of a difference. After I got new shoes, I decided to increase my weekly mileage. That is something that I hear people do pretty often whenever training for a marathon PR. They increase weekly mileage even up to 100 kilometers per week. I did not go that crazy. I went for around 50k a week, and I made it a point to try and run almost every day. One thing I noticed when running every day back to back was that my heart rate was quickly improving, and after 3 weeks of training like that, my heart rate was much lower at faster pace, which then encouraged me to do more faster runs. Now I went for a 50-50 split, which means that I did 50% of my workouts in a threshold and 50% in zone 2. I think in general it's much better to stick to a 80-20 principle, which means that you do 80% of your training sessions in zone 2 and 20% in your threshold. But anyways, I did a 50-50 split, and when I forced myself to run faster and more often, my body quickly adjusted, and my, let's call it, base pace was not 5 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometer anymore. It was 5 minutes per kilometer. For recovery days, I did sauna around 2 times a week, which I feel like also contributed pretty well to my overall cardiovascular fitness. On top of the recovery aspect, I also decided to count my calories more strictly. I kept my protein and carb intake pretty high and my fats pretty low, which allowed me to lose around 2 kilograms of fat, and I believe it also contributed to my improved marathon time, just because there is less mass to move around in space. Okay, now when it comes to the race itself, I exchanged t-shirt for a tank top for improved ventilation. I was only using my own energy gels because I was used to them. I tried them out in training before, as opposed to eating anything that was in the aid stations at Rome Marathon, which upset my tummy pretty quickly. And I made sure to eat one energy gel every 40 minutes or so. Previously I was just eating when I was hungry, which is a huge mistake. You should be keeping your carb intake consistent throughout the race. And I also made sure to drink both water and electrolytes at every aid station. To sum up, get new shoes if your current ones are not exactly up to date. Increase your weekly mileage. Increase the amount of faster runs. Maybe try sauna for recovery. Track your calories and try to lose excess fat. Now for the race itself, switch the t-shirt for a tank top for improved ventilation. Make sure to eat food that you're used to. And please eat before you're hungry, as well as drink before you're thirsty. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot.